Hello and welcome to this Sachin special where we'll discuss some unknown, unheard stories of Sachin Tendulkar before his 50th birthday, and also we'll discuss a bit about the IPL game, the double header day, first match between Punjab Kings and Royal Challengers Bangalore, followed by Delhi Capitals and Kolkata Knight Riders.
So what was Sachin's last IPL shot?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on,
I
you
don't
have to.
I don't remember.
Isha?
I don't remember.
Viewers, what was Sachin's last IPL shot?
6.
Six.
Moment he hit that shot, snapped, and he realized it's gone.
Oh.
Nitin Patel comes out to the
Now I remember it because
yes, like
Right,
this.
right,
And I was
right,
walking
yes,
him out. He said,
yes.
"तुम 2 मैच में ठीक हो जाएंगे." He said, "2 मैच नहीं, ये नहीं ठीक हो
ये
जाएंगे." And then he had to get it operated upon in London. That was his last IPL stroke. 6 did not play after that. Sachin Tendulkar. It was funny, no? Bhuvaneshwar Kumar getting Sachin Tendulkar for a duck. Arjun Tendulkar getting Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Rohit Sharma. Imagine, only captain perhaps to captain the father.
Father and son, yeah.
True.
Unbelievable. I mean, these are things that are happening in the IPL which are incredible. I mean,
And you could see how happy Rohit was after taking the
Absolutely,
catch.
just
He was
that.
happier than Arjun being with it.
It was amazing. And that video which Mumbai Indians released of the dressing room where Sachin is
Beautiful.
giving his,
And in the end, Sachin being Sachin, finally a Tendulkar has an IPL wicket.
and Arjun says, I've given my special speech to him.
78 matches, no Tendulkar gets a wicket.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And coming to Delhi, 5 matches, Zisha's team, they need to win.
Oh,
Royal Challengers, Bangalore and Delhi Capitals will come to the second game also, so plenty to talk.
Right.
Sachin,
There is a
IPL.
toss update.
Okay, give the update.
Punjab Kings have won the toss and have opted to field. Today, Faf isn't playing. Virat Kohli is leading Royal Challengers Bangalore.
life is coming to full circle. Guriana almost got a heart attack. But
We have a fan on the show.
wow.
Yeah, I am absolutely.
She
No,
has
I
always been saying, during WPL also she has been saying.
RCB fan.
RCB fan.
RCB fan and Gujarat Giants fan. मेरे को बाकी चीजों से मतलब ही नहीं है. And now Sachin fan, of course. Sachin bhi.
Of course, this is the Sachin week and we all are Sachin fans.
Okay, so give the team and then
Yeah.
No, the team hasn't come
The
as
team
much.
hasn't-
It
team
will
hasn't
take some
come.
time. Now with all the confusion because they'll have 2 papers. Oh, you're bowling first this paper, batting first that paper. Half the time poor captains are like, we don't know who's playing. We'll tell you later.
But it rained in Mohali last night,
Yeah.
so maybe that will also affect today's game. Rohan Gavaskar in the pitch report said that the curators didn't water it because of rain, and hence it's a bit dry. So it remains to be seen whether how they go about their business. Plus, I'm looking forward to see whether Liam Livingstone is for Punjab.
And thank God there is no game in Kolkata, at least this time of the year in the afternoon. If there was, there would be one casualty. Somebody would die.
Absolutely.
Because it's serious. I mean,
Ah.
fans who would go to the ground with this kind of heat, 42 degrees, which is feeling like 50 degrees. Imagine the photographers who are sitting out there. Imagine for the fans, the 65-70,000 at the Eden Gardens, and imagine what the players will be going through in this heat. It is ridiculous.
It is. I have travelled 2 hours
Oh,
to
this
come
is
here.
interesting. One Liam Livingstone is playing, but Rabada is out.
Faf is an impact player.
And Faf will be an impact player.
So he'll come back.
Because of the injury, he's not.
So he won't feel, but he'll come back. So
Yeah, just like Rohit Sharma.
So that's what will happen. So fantasy folks, keep Faf. You
Keep
can
Faf.
still keep Faf as captain, though he will not take those catches.
Yeah.
So that's where his points will go down. So he will not take those catches. So that's your fantasy team. Liam Livingstone, obviously a captaincy candidate. Punjab, you said has opted to bowl.
Both.
Yeah.
So have you got the teams now? Can you give the teams?
I just know the changes that Livingstone is back and Nathan Ellis is back in place of Kagiso Rabada.
So Livingstone in and what
Yeah.
about Shikhar Dhawan? He didn't play.
Shikhar
No,
Dhawan is
he's
not
not.
playing. Sankaran is leading again.
Yeah.
So Liam Livingstone is back, and we have Ellis back in place of Kagiso Rabada. So
Okay, let's
So I
do
think
something.
Raza will not play.
Let's do something. Let's go to the second game first for the first five
Yeah.
minutes. We'll come to Sachin after that.
Yeah.
And by then all the teams will come so we can address this game in detail. The second game, I think this is Delhi's last chance. Shubham?
Oh, absolutely. This is a do or die match for them. Even I feel that they are already out of the playoff race, given the tight competition between all the franchises. But still, if you want to rejuvenate your season, this is the time. This is the team which they are facing today. Kolkata Knight Riders. They have won both their matches due to single-handed heroics. And today is the day where David Warner needs support. The other domestic players, the likes of Manish Pandey, Yash Dul, Sarfaraz, Prithvi Shaw, they need to come and play as a unit.
Trisha?
Well, I think, as I said in the morning, Delhi has to get their act together. Otherwise, it's gone. I mean, if you lose 6 matches in a row, then coming back, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Plus, very interesting how they will deal now that they have lost around 17 bats, 5 thigh bats, so many missing items.
That was the other one. I mean, police complaint being made with
Yeah.
that flight company in Bangalore airport. How can that happen? I mean, a cricket team losing so many different.
In England, we saw someone getting into Virat Kohli's room, right?
Yeah.
Was it in England or Australia?
Tanya
Bhatia case was there, so I think team managers.
But 17 bats,
17.
clearly he has a club. So he will give
Bats, iPad, gloves, shoes, everything.
So one season sponsored by
So that's the thing. So Delhi Capitals has decided to sponsor the thief.
Imagine the guy going to Chor Bazaar and saying, "Ye David Warner ka bat hai."
वो मानेगा नहीं। David Warner will be मानेगा। David Warner will say, let's do something, let's do a bit of a dance or something like that.
But Bhoyala, what is going wrong for Delhi Capitals according to you?
He was
This is
just
a good
asking
team
the
on
same
paper. This
question.
is a very, very good team on paper. You look at the names; they are match winners. Last season also they had a very good core team. This is the same core team that played the last year also.
It is, and I think the problem is the top four. Because no one is scoring a single run. I mean, every match it is 4 for 2, 5 for 3, 14 for 3 or whatever Prithvi Shaw. I mean, Prithvi Shaw to take that suicidal run against, it was not needed.
Ridiculous.
I mean, obviously Prithvi Shaw will not be able to run like a Kohli or a Warner. Accept that. Today, accept that. If I decide I will run like a Kohli, I can't. I mean, why can't you accept your body? So that I thought was bad. I also thought Mitchell Marsh is getting out to shots which he may not. He can just wait a little bit more because he has all the shots in the book and can accelerate. I also think so the moment it's 4 for 3, then Warner's mind is clouded. Should he hold? Should he go? Should he not? So the moment the captain starts to think that, oh, I've got to sort of score as well as stay on, clearly he's not the same player. But that's the problem. What would you have told Warner? Would you have told him to hell with it, go play your game? We don't care. No one will blame you because by holding yourself back, nothing's happening. Or would you have told him, listen, come what may, no one will question your strike rate, play the anchor.
No, I would have told him to go and play his natural game. Because, it could actually work both ways. If he gets out early trying to play his high-risk shots, maybe Delhi gets bowled out for less than 100. But, see the other end. If David Warner gets going and suddenly, hits, 30 of 10 balls or 12 balls, Prithvi Shaw is not under pressure. Because then he doesn't need to hit every single ball, but the bowler is under pressure and Prithvi Shaw starts getting easy balls. So I would have actually asked Warner to shift his tempo and just play his natural game.
I was writing the script for that video story which will go live in some time, and the averages, the strike rate, they are absolutely horrendous. Average of 1, average of 1.50, average of 4, strike rate of 59. It is absolutely ridiculous what we are seeing with that talented Delhi Capitals unit. I'll repeat, this is a very, very good team on paper. Some supremely talented players. They are match winners in Mitchell Marsh, Rogman Powell. They all have been. Manish Pandey, he has been around for the start since the start of the IPL.
So are you guys, that's the last question on the Capitals before we move on. Have you got the teams for the current
Yes.
If you have, so good. By the way, that's not our sound, okay? So let's be very clear.
Yeah.
So that's fine. So if you got the teams, my final question to both of you is: do you see a turnaround?
Because it's Kolkata Knight Riders, yes.
Yes, I'm also sensing a Delhi Capitals win.
Both of my panelists say they're sensing a Delhi Capitals win. A couple of our friends here in the studio saying no. So it's a packed studio. The backstage says no. The front stage says yes. So we will also have a divided house come the evening. Let Trisha Ghoshal and Shubhan Chakraborty give you the teams as we go into Sachin stories and of course this evening's match, this afternoon's match rather. Yes, Trisha, you go first.
Yeah, so Royal Challengers Bangalore is batting first. So it's Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis, Mahipal Lomror, Glenn Maxwell, Shahbaz
Faf du Plessis is a substitute.
Yes.
Yeah,
As an
because
impact.
but he's playing because RCB is batting first.
So
That's why he's in the 11. He will be substituted when in the second half. Yeah, exactly. Glenn Maxwell, Shahbaz Ahmed, Dinesh Karthik, Vanindu Hasaranga, Suyash Prabhu Desai, Harshal Patel, Ben Pernell, and Mohammad Siraj. I think Prabhu Desai comes in place of Rawat.
Yes, yes, and I think
It's a brilliant move.
last match
Down the order, you can't have Anuj Rawat. Either let him open or just.
Yeah, so he played well in the last game also, so played some good strokes.
What
And
about
for
the
Punjab Kings, Atharva Taide, Matthew Short, Harpreet Singh Bhatia, Liam Livingstone, Sam Curran the captain, Jitesh Sharma, Shahrukh Khan, Harpreet Brar, Nathan Ellis, Rahul Chahar, and Arshdeep Singh. That's the team.
Punjab has a good record against RCB in the recent past.
Yeah, they have, and I think the match is in their home ground, Mohali. The kind of pitch Mohali has given over the years, I think it will suit the Punjab Kings batters more than the RCB batters. That's what I think.
I think the problem is with the RCB bowlers. Apart from Siraj, nobody has really made any impact, and the death over bowling has been horrendous. But having said that, the Punjab batting also hasn't been very impressive. That is where someone like a Siraj and Pernell could be, maybe try and rush through the overs and get a few quick wickets. I still see Royal Challengers Bangalore winning today.
Fan speaking, analyst
I
speaking.
think so. Fan is speaking.
No, I think analyst speaking.
I feel Punjab Kings at their home ground are a stronger unit. Plus, it will be interesting how Liam Livingstone playing his first match since December.
Also, remember, it is not like he travelled late.
Yeah.
He was injured. Yeah. And it is not easy at any point of time, no matter how big a player you are, to come and give your 100% because that is in your mind.
See, when we are talking about injury, I'll give you a Sachin story about IPL and injury, and we've got plenty of videos also. We'll come to all of that. But what's the injury story? The injury story 2010, Sachin Tendulkar had 7 or 8 stitches, and I remember meeting him the evening before the final, and all of us remember that final for Lalit Modi, landing there and then being given at the end of the pink slip by the BCCI at the end of the match, and Lalit Modi then leaving India. That's why people remember this, but also you must remember that Sachin Tendulkar captained the Mumbai Indians in the final of that particular match. 8 stitches, everybody had ruled him out, and I remember him telling the doctor, whatever happens, I'm going to play. If the stitches come out, so be it, doesn't matter, all there will be is blood, all there will be is pain, I'm going to play. So that's the kind of involvement. We saw Faf du Plessis the other day. Bandage here, very tight bandage.
Similar with MS Dhoni.
Similar with MS Dhoni. This is what is the whole story.
Dhoni is injured, right?
Correct.
Because you can see when he's running, he's not bending his left knee.
Yeah, and this is what it is all about, commitment. The moment it is about commitment, the moment it is about extraordinary passion for the game, and that's what makes these fellows so very different. Whether it's a Sachin, a Dhoni, a Kohli, a Faf du Plessis, that's what is different. Can Liam Livingstone, coming back from injury, do something special for Punjab, or Virat Kohli captaining the RCB in the absence of Faf? He's playing as a batter but will be substituted. Can Virat Kohli get Bangalore back on track? Both teams on 2 wins, right?
Right.
Or Punjab on 3?
Punjab on 3.
I think Punjab on 3.
Correct. So Bangalore on 2 and Punjab on 3. Very important game. If Punjab gets to 4, they start to think another 4 and we are there. Yeah. And Bangalore 2 out of 6 will then feel, it's now very difficult. So in that sense, it's that part of the tournament when it's very crunch. On that note,
you think they will think it's very difficult? Don't you think they do that every time?
Oh yeah, you guys are used to it. So 15 years you've done that. 15 years you've believed in 15 years. You've been there, done it. Sometimes you've qualified, but you've got to go and win. That's the whole point. As we said, we are celebrating Sachin. What's the question?
Manjunath, what's the correct position for Suyash Prabhu Desai? I think number 6 or number 7 works for him. And T20 is such a game you can be flexible about how your top order does and where you can bring in a Suyash Desai. But last 4 overs, last 5 overs is his best place to come and play.
Yes, I was about to say that. 15th, 16th over, a wicket goes, you bring in Prabhu Desai. Actually, in this form, I wouldn't mind if you get in Prabhu Desai in front of a Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah, I mean, and then
if it goes well, in fact, if the openers can play for 8-9 overs, bring him in at 3.
That's what I was
about
to
the
say.
kitchen swing.
Exactly, then go try him. I mean, get a couple of sixes like that shot that he hit the other day. Excellent, right?
Yes.
And like we said, Sachin Tendulkar IPL quiz, we will also keep doing that like I did with these two fellows. What was his last IPL shot? It actually was a 6. That's the last time we saw Sachin Tendulkar play, and now obviously it's a different Tendulkar. Unknown Sachin, our series going on every single day as we build up for the Masters birthday, which is on Monday, just 3 days left now for the birthday, the 50th birthday. This is a very special series, Unknown Sachin, and we've got another documentary going. I think our producer has both those clips. We'll play both. Take a look at one. Welcome to our series Unknown Sachin, and today I'm going to tell you something about Sachin Tendulkar in Australia. Australia and Sachin, unique love affair. And also it's the summer season in India, right? The IPL is on, temperatures hovering around 40, 41, 42 in some parts of the country. And it was actually that hot in Melbourne when Sachin Tendulkar was there. I'd seen it with my own eyes. It was around 43 degrees centigrade in Melbourne on that particular day. India had a rigorous practice session, and there were about a couple of thousand people. I mean, all of us know outside the MCG, where the team bus is, and a couple of thousand people screaming, Sachin, Sachin. It was strange, and Sachin, after practice, drenched in sweat, had come out, was going into the team bus. That's where he saw all his fans screaming, Sachin, Sachin. He was about to enter the bus, spotted a few kids, got out of the bus, and as I said, drenched totally in sweat, completely turned and walked to where his fans were and started giving autographs. For the next 40 to 45 minutes, he kept on signing autographs in that heat. And I was stunned. It's like, what is going on? And then I went up to him and said, look, it's 41, 42 degrees heat, maybe even more. 43 was the highest on that day. And here you go, you've practiced and trained for a long time. You could have easily gone into the bus. You decided to come to your fans and sign autographs and pose for photographs for 45 minutes. And his answer was revealing. He said, look, if God has given me the power to bring a smile on the faces of people, it is important that I use that power and do that. I could have, yes, God, but if my 45 minutes can bring a smile on the faces of all of these hundreds of people who are here screaming Sachin, Sachin, I think the blessings will come to me. That is what Sachin Tendulkar is all about. That is why he is India's most loved sports icon, and as he turns 50, the whole country is celebrating him. More of this particular series every single day. So there you go. Unknown stories, lots of stuff in terms of written pieces from former cricketers, teammates, current cricketers, opponents, men of arts, women of culture, everything on our platform. Journalists and everybody else. Today you've seen Trisha. What was the second piece we did? Suresh Raina. Yeah. Suresh Raina's extract today and fan pieces. We will see a lot more coming up in the next few days, along with our special series, including the documentary. Why don't we actually take that documentary?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what we will also do is, we will get Akshay Mukhopadhyay to replace Trisha, who has a bit of a throat congestion. No, she doesn't have COVID. We've got to check. We need to give her a bit of a break. So Akshay will come in and we'll also take a bit of a story from Akshay and ask him what he feels about this match between RCB and Punjab Kings. So take a look at this documentary, the little clip from the documentary that we have got for you, and we will do a quick change here in the studio. Shortly over to you.
When I got hit, I saw blood. Javed Mia was the only one in that big group said, "Arey, tera to naak tood gaya, to bilkul ही hospital जाना पड़ेगा," and this and that. He said, and I was like, I was least bothered what he was telling me. And our doctor Vishwas Raut then came, and he carried ice and all that. So I applied ice and all that, white blood. And he said, "Do you want to go in? Let's go in, because can you see now?" I said, "My vision is slightly blurred, but I think it should be fine. I'll just take time here only." There was a shadow on the side screen, and in that I missed the ball. I missed the release, and off the wicket when I saw, I thought the ball would come almost to chin height. So I committed myself to play, and then I realized that the ball is not there, it's almost there. So he got maybe 6 inches of extra bounce. but it was at that height where I could not then go down, and I had to almost duck into it.
So there you go. Our Sachin Tendulkar documentary, the full documentary, 46 minutes. Monday on his birthday at 10 a.m. in the morning will be premiered on all HS Federal Life Insurance handles and Red Sports social media handles. The entire documentary in the voice of the master. So quite an effort. Last 3 months, Trisha and her team have been working on this particular documentary. Joining us, Atyo Mukhopadhyay in the show, also with me, Shubham Chakraborty. Atyo, Bangalore versus Punjab. Virat Kohli captaining because Faf du Plessis comes in as impact player. Punjab Kings has a good record. Shubham thinks Punjab. Trisha was saying Bangalore. Your thoughts?
I think Bangalore have been let down a little bit by their lower order batters because 1, 2 and 3 they have contributed, and Dinesh Karthik in the previous match he did, but others they have not contributed with the bat. So that is an area of concern for Bangalore, and people like Lomror and Shahbaz, they need to step up. Otherwise, unless they do not contribute significantly, this whole team effort is not going anywhere. You have had a Virat Kohli or a Faf du Plessis or a Maxwell performing, but you cannot win a match with, you cannot win a tournament with 3 batters. So others will have to step up.
That's a very important point. In fact, if you have the 3 best batters playing well and you still don't win, then it's a problem.
It has been the case for RCB over the years. Earlier it used to be AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli just going about their runs. Now it is Faf du Plessis and Virat Kohli and Maxwell chipping in here and there. But I think their domestic core, same with the Delhi Capitals, their domestic batters are not living up to their reputation. Shahbaz has been fantastic for Bengal, but somehow you don't know whether it's a change of position or something. He's not able to do it for RCB. Similar with Mahipal Lomror has scored so many runs, blistering runs for Rajasthan. But when it comes to RCB, he has not delivered. And batting at number 4, it's a golden opportunity for a domestic player to take the IPL by storm. But somehow they have failed to do so. And there was a question by one of our viewers as well whether Dinesh Karthik does he has another season in tank. What do you think, Atyo?
See, these are difficult to predict, but in the previous game he was quite on form. I mean, he kept the match alive. It was a very difficult chase. It was a very high run scoring affair, and he kept the tempo going. And due to him also to an extent that the match was alive until towards the end, almost towards the end. It was the other batters who did not come into the party. And that is where I think Rajasthan.
My point to both of you is, when I see RCB, and this is a more generic point about RCB, they keep talking about Virat, for example, keeps talking about the process. That as long as you get the process right, so what? But if you've not won for 15 seasons, then there must be some problem with the process.
Dhoni, when they finished last, second last or last, he said, there's a process, but you need to evaluate, you need to reevaluate. If there's something, the process is not delivering results, then evaluate and then change your plan.
Right. So if the process has not given you a title in 15 years, then there must be something wrong with the process.
I also think so. But at the same time, I feel this is a good RCB side.
Even I think so.
Lomror, Shahbaz, there's a Suyat Prabhu, they said this is a good domestic core group. Rajat Patidar obviously was a huge miss for RCB, but it's a core group. But somehow I don't know what's the reason. We have been trying to decode it for 15 years now, but somehow when they take the field, there's so much buzz. The Chinnaswamy crowd, the fan base of RCB, they are third or second in the list of Instagram engagement in this month of March. In the last month of March, but somehow on the field they are not able to deliver the results, and it's
that is the problem. In one game they were cruising against the Chennai team, and then they sort of choked against Lucknow yet again. That same thing happened. That's your quick thoughts on the second game. Do you see a Delhi turnaround? Both my panelists at that point, Trisha and Shubham, both felt yes, Delhi has a chance.
They have the chance because they have not had the chances before. So that is by default they have a chance. But their things are just not clicking. I mean, from the top of the order, middle of the order, bowling, a lot of things are, there are missing pieces in the puzzle. So although they are a very, very strong side on paper, I mean one of the best sides. So for them things have just not clicked, and hopefully today it will, because someday it has to.
Okay. I've got very few minutes left on the show. Your favorite Sachin story? One for my viewers.
My favorite Sachin story is the way he practiced. I mean, we all saw him back in the middle during matches, but what went on behind that is what baffles me. I mean, his dedication, his integrity, his concentration, it was so unwavering. It was difficult to believe. I mean, he's batting it one net, and on the next net is Rahul Dravid batting. Okay, no mean player Rahul Dravid was, but you could still make out the difference. That here is something else is happening here. I mean, this kind of intensity in practice, this kind of focus. I mean, somebody standing behind him, that is not even noticing. He's just going about his job. That is what I find most fascinating about Tendulkar. And I heard a story from Wasim Jaffer just before his retirement that Sachin came down from New Zealand in the wee hours of the day after a test series. And at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, he was at the Bombay Ranji Trophy nets. So this kind of commitment, this kind of dedication is unheard of, and that is one of the things which made Sachin what he is. I mean, talent he had, but what he had after talent, he had this desire to dedication.
Absolutely, I mean, that is the point. The commitment, the extra that Sachin had, and just to add to what he said, even during his retirement last 2 months, Bombay, he was playing that Ranji Trophy season. If you remember, he played in Lali. He said the Bombay team would meet around 9 o'clock for practice. He would go at 6:30. He said 6:30 to 8:30 was my own time, and then I would practice with the Bombay team. So every morning, and he would say, the dew would be there, so his feet would stamp there. He would do his rounds, he would do his physical training, get ready. By then, it would be gradually sun would come out, and he would sort of eat into the day, get himself used. That's when the Bombay team joined him. Unbelievable, man. Over the next few days, our celebration of Sachin Tendulkar, one of India's most loved, if not the most loved sports icon, continues, and we will celebrate Sachin in totality. The cricketer, the man, the husband, and of course, now, the father. So on that note, I will take quick predictions. Shubhan, Punjab, Bangalore. Punjab, Atril. Punjab. Both of them say Punjab. Trisha Ghoshal de facto always will say RCB. So we will give it to her. RCB for Trisha Ghoshal. We will come back at the end of the second game to see if DC also starts with a win finally against the Kolkata Knight Riders. Watch the games, watch our shows, watch our celebration of Tendulkar. We lead into Sachin's birthday. There's plenty of IPL action, including MS Dhoni specials coming up on Red Sports. Perhaps playing his last match in Kolkata this weekend. Keep watching. Thank you very much for joining us.